Hello everybody, welcome to week number 8 of EDU 600. I hope things are going well for you. Everybody's healthy, and it'd be great if everybody had a chance to enjoy the 60-degree sunshine that we had yesterday in Maine. So if you're not in Maine, you probably had nice weather yesterday also. So welcome to week number 8. So I'm going to do the usual kind of overview video of week number 8, but I'm going to start with a couple of things. And the first thing is on the screen. You can see that article capture 2, which, as you know, are the second batch, or the research articles number 4 through 6 that will complete your 6. So a few weeks ago, you submitted, about a month ago, you submitted the first 3. That was article capture 1. And if you have not gotten the feedback on that, please go to the assignment and you'll see your feedback there. I did get notified by a student that they weren't getting notifications when I provided feedback, so I'll see if I can get that corrected either today, tomorrow, or Monday at the latest. So take a look at that. But big thing, the article capture, I did change the due date, and it was going to be on the 14th, which would have doubled it up with the visual display articles or the visual display assignments. So I pushed it out a week. So the new due date is March 21st. So what am I looking for with this? It's the same format that you used a month ago. Use the forms, submit it to me, and I'm interested in the format that you find, but I'm also interested in, making sure that you have primary research. So that's the first thing. Let's take a quick snapshot of the assignments, where we're at. Everybody did the article capture that was due back in, or about a month ago. The qualitative critique, that was due at the end of February. If you haven't seen your comments on that, my feedback, please go to the assignment. You'll find it there. Visual displays of data, which is due tomorrow, which is March 14th. If you can't hit this deadline and you have not talked to me, please just shoot me an email and we can work something out. Coming up next weekend, on March 21st, is the article capture, which are articles and your research that you're going to be using in your final critique. So these are research articles 4, 5, and 6. And then at the end of March, we're going to do the experimental critique, which is very similar to the qualitative critique. I'll explain that as we move forward with the material. So feel free to take a look at each one of these. All the information is there. So I'm going to switch gears one more time. Okay, so as you can see from the screen, it is not fall, but I just put a fall picture in there, and thank you, WGME. That's one of our local TV stations. So to get us going, please view the video. And then this week, we're going to be we're continuing with the quantitative research, but now we're going into the experimental research side of things. So for those of you that are wondering, what is this and how is it different than what we've done in the past? Well, it is strictly in a controlled environment. So if you think about the trials, I mean, this is in the news. This is front and center. If you think about the trials for the COVID-19, you had different groups, and who knows how many groups they actually have had, but just say they had a control group, which they got a placebo. Just say they had a high-dose group and a low-dose group. Those would be the 3 experiments that, or the one experiment that they did on the efficacy or the effectiveness of a vaccine. That is experimental research. And if you get poking around, you're looking at, I want to learn more about the Johnson & Johnson experiments that they run, or the Pfizer, or the Moderna. You can find all kinds of information on it. But that, in a nutshell, is what we're going to be looking at this week. And really, you might even be, I've noticed, depending upon your major, your master's, your major, you may be there may be quite a few articles that you use for the critique that are experiment. So take a look at this. I have a whole bunch of materials for you this week, and you don't have to plow through it, sit down and watch them. It's just a way to bring to life our textbook. So we're looking at chapters 9 in the book and also chapters 8. And as you've noticed, we go back and forth from various chapters from week to week. I'd like you to take a look at a really excellent article by Jeff Beaudry. It's on significant testing. I'd also encourage you to take a look at the materials I put out last week also, especially on the p-values and the testing. So what is experimental research? Found just a wonderful 5-minute video on what experimental research is, different types of designs. It's another 3-minute video. So what I'd like you to do is read chapters 8 and 9. I say in here, identify 2 to 3 quotes or concepts for each chapter to help you understand about this type of research. You don't have to submit those. I would just like you to kind of keep track of those. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. We can text. We can set up a Zoom. But I'd like you to kind of keep track of those. I put together an experimental research brief. You can take a look at that. That's a text version. We're going to be doing as a group, similar to what we did in week 3. You're going to read one experimental research article, then you're going to participate in a group discussion. So I'll go over that in just 1 second. This will be due, so you're going to do this as a group this week, and then due on March 28th, just like we did with the work that the group work we did in week number 3. That is when the experimental critique will be due, and it will be due on whatever you're going to be talking about as a group this week. So these are the 2 articles that we're going to be using and the location of each one of the articles. So here are the group assignments. What I tried to do is, if you were in group A with the qualitative critique in week number 3, you're going to be in group A once again for this group work. You can see the names. I shuffled them around, so if Melissa, you didn't have purpose and design the last time. Group B, well, start off here. Group A, give your ideas some legs, a positive effect of walking on creative thinking. Group B, here are the group members, and here's the article that you're going to be reading. Group C, you're going to be reading the same as Group A, and here are the assignments. So 2 more things, and I mentioned the article capture. It is now due on March 21st. Those are the 3 research articles. And we are going to have an optional Zoom meeting coming up on Wednesday, March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. I may need to change this. I might have some grandchild care on that day, but for now, let's keep it as is. But like I said, I may need to change that date. So in advance, I apologize. I hope it works out, but I may need to change that date. Stay tuned. An advance organizer for week number 9, module 9. So down here, we have the group discussions. It's the same as above. What do? Follow the directions. Here's the article. Here's the directions. Group B, Group C. A lot of stuff. Place to submit your article capture. I know there are a few people in our class that have submitted them. I thank you for that. But if you have not, it's okay to write down here. And that is it. Beyond the group discussion, there's no other discussion posts this week. And that is about it. Sorry to make you dizzy when I was going back. If you have any questions, please let me know. Just one thing, if you shoot me an email tomorrow is Sunday, I will be over in New Hampshire helping my 91-year-old mom with a couple of house projects and just checking in on her to make sure she's okay. Some of you know, or I know a couple of you know, but my dad died about a year ago, and so, I try to get over and check my mom, and amongst other things, changing the toilet, doing some plumbing and electrical work for her. I'll be just visiting with her and seeing if she's doing okay. So that's it for me. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email. I'm here to help. And stay tuned about the Zoom coming up on the 17th. I may need to push it to the 18th, but I'll let you know well in advance. Okay, everybody, have a great week.